Hi, everybody, and welcome to our Solle Naturals Aromatherapy Happy Hour. I'm so excited that you're taking time out of your crazy busy schedules to take a little bit of time to learn about some aromatherapy tips and some special essential oil blends that certainly have made a difference in my life. So I just, am glad that I'm here to share that with you. If you guys will go ahead, for those that are just joining us, if you'll hit *6 on your phone, that will mute you. And then if you need to ask a question, you can hit *6 again to unmute you. So I'm getting just a little bit of feedback, so if you can go ahead and just mute your phone, that would be great. Hello? I'm still getting a little bit of feedback, so if you could hit *6, that would be really good. That will mute your phone to knock out some of the background noise.
Jennifer, I'm going to mute mine too, all right?
Okay, great. So we're going to get started. First of all, again, I just want to thank you to our happy hour. If you have any of the Solle essential oil blends, I encourage you to go ahead and grab them because I would love for you to smell them as we're talking about them. I do have a happy hour order form, so if you guys are interested in getting any of the essential oil blends or some of the other stuff that we're going to be talking about, I do have an order form, so you can email me or email the person who invited you, and we can get that to you. If you don't have that handy just right now, then go ahead and just grab a piece of paper and a pen and maybe a highlighter, and then you can start making a list. And then you can either submit your orders to me at the end of our happy hour tonight, or you can email them directly to Solle at support@sollenaturals.com. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Jennifer Prestimone, and I was introduced to aromatherapy in 2002 by a dear friend of mine who I was battling some severe Crohn's, colitis, IBS, and she introduced me to Roman chamomile, was the first essential oil that I experienced, and I mixed that up in some apricot oil and just applied that topically to my abdomen area for the bowel spasms. I was getting really bad cramps. I just couldn't think. I was having headaches. I felt horrible. And that chamomile really changed my mindset pretty quickly, but also from a physical standpoint, like those cramps just would stop, like literally within minutes. So I thought, there's got to be something to this, because I was taking several different medications, pain management medications at the time. And then here I used Roman chamomile and a little bit of oil and put that on, and boom, it worked better than anything I had tried. So of course, I always say that holistic health chose me. I didn't choose it, but I'm so glad that it did. So that journey led me into starting my own aromatherapy business. And so, where I am today is I do have an institute where I certify people in aromatherapy and different products, but I also formulate some essential oil blends. So, part of the excitement tonight with Solle Naturals is that I actually got to formulate these blends. And so I'm going to show you why they are so special and why they work as well as they do. But first, let's just go through a little bit of background on aromatherapy. I think we hear that word. It's definitely more common in our households today than even 10 years ago. People associate aromatherapy with pretty smells. But if you're using pure essential oils in a true form of aromatherapy, then you're getting therapeutic benefits.
Sure.
You're getting benefits for the mind, for the body, for our spirit, for our soul, just overall holistic health support in every way that we need. So when you think of aromatherapy for you, what comes to mind? And you're probably thinking the same thing. Oh yeah, years ago, it's soap and candles, but today we think essential oils. They definitely have a place in our marketplace, that's becoming a lot more popular. And aromatherapy has been around for over 9,000 years. It's not something new. It's not something that just popped up around the corner. It has been notated in every culture, from Greeks and Romans, Egyptians, Indians, and Ayurvedic medicine, Chinese medicine. Every culture has some connection or some form of use using essential oils. So the benefits that you can get, and when I'm talking about aromatherapy, and tonight we're going to be talking about essential oil blend, that is a combination of single essential oils that I personally put together to create a magnitude of benefits. But overall, what we're talking about is when you smell something, our sense of smell is extremely powerful. It is our only sense that does not have to go through the spinal cord or the digestive tract to elicit a response. Like, it is that instant. Your nose is your external brain. So a scent goes in, hits that part of your brain to tell you how to respond to a situation. So it does that by helping us shift, change, alter. It's going to affect and inspire our mood, our behaviors, our emotions, our actions, our reactions to situations, and it's doing that instantly. So because of that, we're getting the benefits physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, environmentally, nutritionally. And your essential oils are over 100 times more potent than its herb form. So I just thought, wow, that's really cool. And because it is so concentrated, you don't need a ton of it. A couple drops in a carrier oil can really go a long way. You don't need the whole bottle to get benefit, because they are coming from, your citrus oils are being cold compressed from the peel, but you're also getting essential oils from the roots, the leaves, the bark, the flowers, the seeds, the resin, so you're getting it from all of the parts of the plant.
Jennifer.
Yes.
We're still getting quite a bit of background noise. It sounds like sometimes there's pans banging or something. And
if everybody could go ahead and hit mute on their phone, or if you could hit *6, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much. So let me share a little bit of aromatherapy history, because when you're using something, I'm a huge advocate. I want to empower you with education. I want to empower you to feel comfortable with what you choose to do. I don't want you to do something because I told you to do it. I want you to do it because it's right for you, and you know all about it, and you can make that better choice for yourself. So in 1937, not that long ago, René Maurice Scatafassi is one of, I think the most popular people in our lifetime. He was a French scientist that coined the term aromatherapy. But certainly there's a ton of history before that. So World War II, we had Dr. Valnet that used it to treat the battle wounds of soldiers. There's over 100 references in the Bible. The 17th century plague that killed more than a third of the population. Those that were not affected were those who worked in the perfumeries and glove makers, because they were exposed to pure essential oils. The gloves, they stunk whenever they made them, so they dipped them in baths of oil to make them smell better. And then in 1922, when they opened King Tut's tomb, they had frankincense and rosewood and a couple other scents that just came out. You could still smell it. And that's how powerful it is. So as we move forward, I just want to go over a couple safety tips. I'm real big on safety. You want to make sure that you keep your essential oils out of the reach of children, pets, and those with dementia, because your essential oils, like I said, are 100 times more potent than the essential oil form, or than the herbal form. So, they're made up of chemical constituents. The DNA, if you will, is chemical constituents. The blueprint is chemical constituents. So we don't need a ton of it, but we certainly don't want to be drinking them. We don't want to be drinking the whole bottle. We don't want our kids and our pets doing that either. So we just want to be cautious there. If you are having any serious health concerns, you want to read about and review the contraindications, which are the precautions before you use certain oils. For example, cinnamon sometimes can give too much of a blood thinning effect, especially for those on blood thinners. So using a little bit or diffusing some cinnamon is going to be fine, but for somebody making up a massage oil or soaking in a bath with cinnamon, that's where you're going to want to be careful a little bit. Citrus oils are what we call photosensitive or phototoxic. So bergamot, mandarin, lemon, those type of oils, grapefruit, those are photosensitive. So you don't want to apply them topically to the skin and then go out into the sun because it will cause pigmentation there. And your essential oils are fat soluble, they are not water soluble. So what that means is that whenever you emulsify that, when you mix it in something, it needs to be a fat-soluble carrier like an olive oil, a grapeseed oil, apricot, avocado, almond oil, Epsom salt is another good one. It needs to be in a fat emulsifying carrier so it can drive it deep into the tissues and not clog those receptor sites right underneath the skin. And then it's going to deliver those benefits where they need to without irritation. And quality. Quality is huge. I've done a lot of teaching and a lot of home parties, and I've shared a lot with aromatherapy, and I will tell you, you get what you pay for. I had somebody show me, I taught on tea tree one time, and somebody brought me a fluorescent green bottle, and I'm like, what's that? And they're like, it's tea tree. I'm like, nah, that's not tea tree. It shouldn't look like that. So quality, you get what you pay for. And we have to be careful because we want to make sure the quality of oils that we're doing, if we're doing it for therapy, we don't want it to be synthetic. We don't want it to be full of all of these chemicals or diluted or cut with things that it shouldn't be, because that's what's called an adulterated essential oil. And then when that happens, the body can't recognize it. It thinks it's this monster molecule, and it doesn't know what to do with it. So it serves as a toxin rather than a benefit. And then we have some lymphatic congestion. So when you're using pure essential oils, as with the essential oils we're going to talk about tonight, it's giving you this benefit of supporting the immune system and all of our body systems without clogging it and inhibiting it from working the way that it should. So I want to share a little bit about Solle Naturals and why I'm passionate about sharing this with you tonight. I got introduced to Solle Naturals in 2011, and they officially launched in 2012. And I was asked to formulate. I had a relationship with Greg Halliday, who is the founder, one of the founders, and Lon Hedman, and they had came to me to say, hey, we have this great concept, and we know that you're really going to like this. And the big thing was I have always been an advocate of mind-body health, because with IBS and Crohn's, everybody knows your immune system is in your gut. Well, also when your gut's not happy, your serotonin can't get to the brain, and then you're not happy. You have depression and anxiety and all of these crazy things going on. So, of course, you need your brain and your head to communicate as best as it can and as clear as it can to the brain and your gut. And they've actually labeled the gut as our second brain. The brain in our head is what, it takes in stimuli to assess the situation, but it's our gut that allows us to take action. So it's a 1-2. We have to have them both. And there's a lot of products, a lot of natural products in the marketplace, but many of them, and I would say almost all of them, miss that component to truly work on mental health, to have the connection between the gut and the brain. That's what Solle Naturals does. When they told me that, I was like, wow, I'm really intrigued. Tell me more. Each of them, they have over, 25 years of experience each. They have a great advisory board with scientists and mental health specialists. They have access to a wide community and a family, and that's a lot of what we have created at Solle. We have created this family within ourselves and this community to help each other and, really feel empowered. So I categorize their products specifically as life-changing products because they have changed my life. And I've done quite a bit of stuff, but nothing as powerful as this as quickly, like in days. I hear this testimony all the time. Oh my gosh, I took the stuff and in 24 to 48 hours, wow, I felt like a whole new person. That's my experience. So why Solle? Why should you consider using Solle? For those of you on the webinar, look at the benefits. It's 100% plant sourced. So most of their products are vegan. They're vegetarian. All of the capsules are vegetarian-based. They're gluten-free, soy-free, non-GMO, MSG-free, nut-free, and no artificial ingredients. They are very strict on their quality to make sure that we get the best quality, the best potency, and they make them in small batches. That's why they're always fresh. So it truly is a mind, body, mental health company. And not only that, I'm teaching you this, but easily Greg or Lon or any of the other founders could teach the same because they practice what they preach. We're all doing this together and sharing our experience with this, helping so many people. So they really do have the highest integrity and the highest quality, of just about anybody I've seen. So let's get into the oils because this is what we're here for. We want to learn about these amazing 4 essential oil blends. And I will warn you in advance, one of them that I'm going to talk about, the Calm Blend, is going to be a little teaser. But I figured while I'm sharing the essential oil blends with you tonight, I at least wanted to share it with you. It is on back order right now, so hopefully we will have that back in the fall. But I certainly want to share the benefits. That way, when we do get that back in stock, we're having trouble with one of the ingredients in there. You know, if we can't get a good quality ingredient, we're not going to produce it because it's all about the quality. So these 4 blends, they match the 4 categories. Soul wanted to make getting healthy and staying healthy easy. They wanted to make it so it wasn't complicated. We didn't need a science guide. So they broke everything down into 4 simple categories. We either need clarity in our minds, so they clarify. We either need to be calmed down, calm, cool, and collected. We either need to be lifted and stimulate some circulation in the body, or we need to be balanced. So that's the 4 categories, and they have herbs that are complementary to them. So what I did is I created essential oils that complement the products in that category to achieve that goal for you. And certainly I'm going to talk about them individually, but oftentimes I mix them together. So sometimes I'll do balance and calm together, sometimes clarify and calm together, and I'll go through a lot of that with you. So you may want to take a couple notes for recipes. And we are recording this webinar, so if you need to go back and play it to pick up some tips, you can do that as well. But I used to carry like 10 oils with me everywhere I went, but now I just carry these 4. Anything I could ever need, I get out of these 4 oils. So when I formulated them, my mission was to inspire overall connection between the mind, the body, and our spirit to achieve the best wellness we could have, balanced, harmony, and just have a great quality of life. I wanted this to be the solution, a simple solution, where we could just, do a couple things to get more bang for our buck on every level, simultaneously, effectively, and efficiently. So for those that have the balance oil, I want you to go ahead and grab that and open the lid, and I want you to waft it, which means you're going to take it from side to side. You're going to start, from one side of your nose to the other. Don't put it too close to the nose because I don't want your nose to touch the lid. You really need to make sure that there's no contamination when you're working with your essential oil. So just take it from side to side and take in a deep breath and take in all of those notes. And where do you feel that? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it in your stomach? Do you feel it in your toes? Because that's where it's bringing balance to you. In this oil, there's a combination of lavender and geranium and palmarosa, which are some beautiful flowers. And it's grounded with the base note of frankincense, so it's given us this little earthiness to it. And then Mei Chang it has a lemon scent to it. So you're getting this kind of a citrusy flower earth scent. For some reason, it smells like Fruit Loops to me, but I'm sure it smells different to other people. It was not done on purpose, but I'm addicted to it. When they came to me and they said, I have a balance category, I'm like, I already know the oils that are going in there because I have worked on hormone balance for myself, but in a lot of my friends and my clients. And what I found is doing, especially like the lavender and frankincense and geranium and palmarosa, that I was getting some great balance. But I found that more men love that scent than women. So men love balance. It is powerful. A lot of the oils in there are going to give you the benefits of anti-inflammatory. Frankincense in here with the geranium is very good to be anti-allergenic. So I've used it for allergies, pet allergies, environmental allergies, food allergies. Anytime there's this excess production of mucus, I use it for that. I love it. Frankincense is also one of my favorite for the emotion of fear. But this blend as a whole is also antispasmodic, so you think of muscle pains, PMS cramps, IBS cramps. It's a nervine, so if I ever sit too long and get a little bit of sciatica going on, antibacterial, antiviral, antiseptic. So on a physical level, it's going to help, like we said, with allergies, but also for muscle and joint pain. It's going to help with flexibility if you need to be more flexible, more mobile. So great, before, during, or after a workout. My number one for hormone balance. Balancing anything, balancing your mood, your mood swings. Just think about anything that needs to be balanced. The sebum on our skin. I've mixed this in, a nice oil. Like I like to use castor oil or coconut oil and use it as a nice skin serum, to really help with acne, with discoloration, with just really evening out and leaving nice, supple skin, because these are offering some antioxidant benefits as well. So mentally, it's going to help adjust to change. We have a lot of change that goes on in our life. So it would be really nice to have a friend to help us adjust and swing and shift with the changes that are occurring, with our moods, just feeling totally imbalanced. We need to be more flexible in our mindset. People that are too clingy, kids that are too clingy. We need the freedom to move. We need a better sleep at nighttime, insomnia, something to just balance our mind out. And on an emotional level, again, fear, nightmares, you think of nightmares and fright, bedwetting, there's a fear, and usually bedwetting is connected to fear of father or father figure, anger, so we need to balance out our liver, stress, we need to manage.
Jennifer, are you there? Oh, come on. Okay.
Wrong.
Hey everybody, I'm back. I lost power, so I've got everything back up and running. I'm so sorry. Cindy, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the recording is still going, so what I'm going to do is...
We still have someone, Jennifer, that has not muted their phone.
Okay, if everybody can go ahead and hit *6 to make sure that you're muted, that would be great. Or hit mute on your phone. And let me see if I can get... There we go. So I'm not sure exactly where I left off. Did you get the recipe for the PMS roll-on?
No, you were on, when it went black, you were on balance and talking about the nightmares.
Okay, so we got most of it. So just to recap with the balance blend and the emotional benefits for fear, for nightmares, for fright, bedwetting, you know, I have found to be associated with fear of a father or father figure, anger.
Let me interrupt a minute, Jennifer.
Yeah.
It's showing on the screen waiting for presenter, so we're not seeing the slides right now.
There we go.
Okay, now we've got it. I'm going to mute.
Thank you. Okay, I think we're back up and running, so it's great. We've got some nice background thunder and lightning going on outside, so really good. So with stress management, and for those that have had a hard heart or a cold heart, and then I'll give you a couple recipes that I use balance for. I'll give you 3 recipes that I use it for. You can see on here the muscle relief rub. I use about 1 ounce. Solle Naturals, they have a really good arnica calendula cream. I love it. It is the best for like hundreds of ways. But I use this cream, and I add in 1 ounce of the cream, I add about 12 drops of the balance blend to that. And then I apply that in small circular motions on the sore muscle, joints, the ankle bones, tendons, joints, the wrist if there's carpal tunnel. Sitting on the computer too long, you can put it on your neck area. So that is one of my favorite and you can even put it on, if you get the Charlie horses in the legs or PMS cramps. 2 other ways that you can use it is if you get a roll-on, you can put some carrier oil in there like a coconut oil. And in a roll-on, like a 0.33 ounce roll-on, I would do, like 10 drops of balance would be good. And then you can roll that on. You can use it even as a perfume. It's a beautiful scent for a perfume even. Or you can mix it up in a spray. So, and because you're just doing a spray to get it out into the air, you can use a base of water, or if you have like liquid enzymes, you can use that too. So in a 2 ounce spray bottle, I mix about 20 to 25 drops of balance, and then I use it as a linen spray, a body cologne, a deodorant, but you can even use it as a hot flash spray, hormone balance. So those are 3 different ways that you can use it: in a muscle rub, in a roll-on, or in a spray. And now you can see why I only carry those 4 oils, because look at how many things just this one oil does. The Calm Blend, if you're lucky enough to still have some, this is going to be an earthier, sweet scent. You've got the Tanacetum annuum in there, which gives it its blue color. So the Calm category, not only did they come up with the 4 categories, they color coordinated it. So balance is green. You think of like green grass, the green trees, green in nature. We want it to be balanced. So Calm is blue, and so I thought it would be very fitting to have the blue, the oil be blue to, match that category. So it also has petitgrain. I still can hear somebody, so if you can hit star, if you can mute yourself, hit star 6 to mute. So the petitgrain, it also has patchouli and oak moss. Now, I know when you look at this blend, you think, oh gosh, okay, that's crazy. The Tanacetum annuum has a sweetness to it. It's like an appley sweetness to it. And I know patchouli typically has the reputation of being a love it or hate it oil, but it really is great for calming the nerves, just calming a lot of things, but also to help us let go, things that are burdening us. And oak moss, also very grounding, so to keep our feet on the ground, calm, cool, and collected. And then I thought, okay, we really do have some heavy scents in here. We needed something to kind of lighten the mood, and that's why, the petitgrain. And it really, this Fantastic Four really just makes this oil just amazing. So it's anti-inflammatory. Any blue oil is going to be anti-inflammatory and anti-spasmodic. But the patchouli and oak moss in here make this a very powerful antifungal. So you think of like a fungus infection or skin fungus, things of that nature, but also it's anti-parasitic. And don't think just bugs, but sometimes you have those people that are energy zappers, they're energy parasites or people parasites that just drain you or suck you dry. Very demanding, very needy, and it happens because we're not good at setting our boundaries. We're not good at establishing those ground rules for, how the relationship's going to work, and so it turns into be a parasitic relationship. This oil is great for those situations. Also anti-arthritic, so for pain. It's a febrifuge. So it's also going to be a carminative. Febrifuge means it's going to reduce fever. Carminative, it's going to help dispel gas in the intestines. And it's going to have some sedative qualities. So it's not going to like knock you out, make you pass out instantly, but it'll calm you down. It'll take you kind of just down a level so that you can have a really nice I'll just fix that there. So you're really going to have, if you are having this spastic energy, this nervous panic attack, and your nerves are spasming, it's just going to calm you down. But if you're already, hey, I'm winding down for the day and you really just need to take it down a notch to go to sleep, that's where those benefits are going to kick in. So from a physical perspective, it is one of my favorite oils for adrenal and thyroid support. Your Tanacetum annuum is very powerful for adrenal and thyroid support. So is patchouli. So, together, they work, and then the other two really complement that. So it's going to help with sleep, of course, metabolism, immunity, our immune system, our digestion, and because it is antispasmodic and anti-inflammatory and calming, it can calm those IBS cramps. So, and it also can calm like neuralgias, a nerve pain, rapid heartbeat. I know if I used to panic, I used to have a fear of public speaking, and I would just break out in a cold sweat and just shake real bad, and my heart I thought was going to leap out of my throat. Calm is really good just to kind of just calm all of that down, really. From a mental perspective, you're going to find more patience. And I know you're thinking the same thing I do. I wish I could just take gallons of it and spread it all over the world right now just to bring patience and calm and serenity to everybody. But again, for anxiety and panic, snake-like attacks. So for people that have like venomous bites or attacks, or people that just, people may have come up to you and just say some hurtful things or have like a snake-like personality, this can really help protect you just to keep you grounded so that you can hold your own. Promotes positive thinking. Also is good for people that are controlling or excessively controlled. You think obsessive compulsive, and I do find obsessive compulsiveness, the OCD, related to a blood sugar imbalance. So you'll see I love the calm, but I do combine it with the lift blend. So the lift blend we're going to talk about in just a minute, but if you're looking at OCD or blood sugar issues, panic attacks, anxiety, calm and lift in equal parts, meaning if you did a 2-ounce spray, you would do 10 drops calm to 10 drops lift for that. On an emotional level, if you feel drained or exhausted, weary, anger, rage, feel neglected and you just need some self-love, this is the oil that you want to think about. And I know I've listed things on here of imbalances, but also think about, well, I'm pretty calm. I'm pretty calm, cool, and collected. Well, what if we want to keep you there? What if we just want to support and nourish that? You can still do the oils to support you in a positive place. If you were already balanced in an area, let's continue that. So if you're needing a calm, cool, and collected spray, then you can take a 2-ounce bottle and put, 21 drops. You can put anywhere from 20 to 25 drops and mix it with some water. And then you can diffuse that in the air. You can spray it on the linens. I like this one to calm my pets. I actually have been diffusing this one because right before the webinar started, I knew we had a storm coming, and my Lily doesn't always like to hear. I have a German Shepherd named Lily. She doesn't always like the thunder sounds. So a little bit of fright going on. So I have that diffused, and she's actually just conked out right next to me. She's just sleeping, almost snoring right now. So it really is good for pets as well. So I just want to interject for a second because I know we talk about essential oils, but it's one thing to have knowledge about a variety of essential oils and the essential oil blends, but you also have to know how to use them. You want to put them to work. So what vehicles do we have to put them to work? You can diffuse them. So Solle Naturals has these ultrasonic diffusers, so this gray diffuser at the top, and it comes in a, either black or a gray, like a metal color, and they have one of the best prices I've seen. I mean, it literally you're getting them at cost, because normally these go for over $100, and I think they're like 58, 59 bucks. But this is my all-time favorite diffuser. You can plug it in, and it vibrates the oils out, so it's not going to burn them. But you take the lid off, you just put some water to the line in there, and then you drizzle a couple oils in there, and then there's a button to turn it on, and you also have a timer, and it also lights up, or you can turn the light off. So I have some people that use it as a light in their massage room, or they use it as their night light. But again, you can turn that off, and you can set the timer as well, so it works wonderful. Mixing it in a lotion or a massage oil for a topical application. If you're needing some muscle support, or you just need a good body oil or body massage, mixing some oil up with a carrier such as apricot, almond, avocado, hemp oil, jojoba oil, making it into a spray like I had shared earlier, like the Hot Flash spray or the Calm Cool and Collected spray. You can make it a room spray, a body spray, perfume, deodorant, linen, carpet, foot, hair, whatever you want to call it, it's a spray. If you need to make up a powder like a carpet powder or a foot powder or a body powder, I like to mix it up in the baking soda. I don't really use cornstarch that much, but you could if you needed to make it a little heavier weight. Just make sure it's like a non-GMO cornstarch. But with your baking soda, the trick here is if you get a bowl and say that you put a cup of baking soda, you want to drizzle a few drops of oils in there, but it's going to clump up. So you're going to have to get a sifter, and you're going to have to sift through it. And you sift it. I sift it like 3 times, and I'll use a spoon to kind of work it through. And then I put it into like one of those Parmesan cheese shakers. You know, it's got that top that you can turn, and it dumps it out. It shakes it out that way. So you can have a powder. Bath salts, I usually do Epsom salt or sea salt. So I'll get a bowl and put some salt in there, add a few drops of oil, stir it around, make sure it mixes well, and then you can put that in the tub. Because if you drop essential oils directly in the tub, oil and water is not going to mix. And so when you sit down, if you're using something that's camphragous or spicy, it's going to cause irritation to some really sensitive areas. So you always want to make sure that you put it in a carrier first. You can even do like a soap, a natural soap, if you want to do like a body gel or a bath gel. And you can also do like a bath oil by putting it in massage oil. And I like to do Epsom salt and put a little bit of oil in it, and it just makes it really nice consistency for like a salt scrub. Putting it in a perfume, mixing it in some salve, like a beeswax base salve, like a golden salve, to do a suppository. So for those with hemorrhoids or yeast infections, this works really well, to break a fever even. Or if you've got one of those facial saunas, you can put just 1 drop. I would not do more than 1 because it can be very irritating to the eyes and the nose, but just 1 drop. Or you do the old-fashioned thing, boiling the water on the stove and put the towel over your head, and just put 1 drop in there, and that really can open up, especially for the sinuses and the respiratory and for headache. So clarify, this is the yellow category. So you think of yellow like sunshine. It's bringing clarity. The sun brings clarity. So we're having clarification. And this scent is going to be a minty, fresh, a little bit of herb green-like, very opening and refreshing. And you're getting that because there's lemongrass in there. You're getting spearmint, sweet basil, fennel, black pepper, and rosemary. So there's a couple words that come to mind when I think of clarify. And of course, that's focus and concentration, but it's also nerve pain. So highly anti-inflammatory. It's a very powerful nervine. So like I said, calm is very highly antifungal. This is a very powerful nervine, meaning it's working on the nerves and the nervous system. So it's also a hepatic and lymphatic decongestant. So it can help our body to eliminate toxins. But I have used a lot of the oils in here for physical regeneration. So with quadriplegics, paraplegics, phantom limb, I do a lot on those particular areas to help with that nerve pain and those sensations. It's also a wonderful digestive aid. You think of structural support, so hair, skin, and nails, our bones, for mental and brain strength, to help us learn new things, to help enhance our cognitive functions. It encourages circulation in the body. So if you get your extremities are cold, your hands, toes, ears, and nose are cold, you need to combine some Clarify, probably with some Lift, to bring in some heat, to stimulate the circulation. And overall immunity, and for respiration, our respiratory system. On a mental level, that mental acuity, but also gut clarity. So that's why the fennel and black pepper are in here, because remember, we have our brain in our head, but the brain in our gut, our second brain. So it's going to help us have sharper focus, concentration, memory, alertness, help us make decisions better, articulate better, adapt to change, shifts and changes. But also it's going to sharpen that connection and communication between the head and the gut. In doing that, obviously you're going to have your happy juice. It's going to be able to make its way up to the brain. So of course it's just putting a smile on your face. So sunshine, yellow, smile, happy. That's this blend. Emotionally, if you feel stuck or you're congested, I went through some severe grief last year and still working through a lot of that now. I'm in a much better place now than I was 6 months ago. But for a while, I was just stuck. It was hard to feel and, hard to think. And, I didn't care about some things. And I just felt very overwhelmed and suffocated by circumstances and a lot of different things going on. So this blend certainly was a key to my mental health and my emotional health. It's also good if you ever feel like you're being judged, or if you yourself are judgmental or people around you are judgmental, diffuse the Clarify. And good to release negative thought patterns. If we have these negative thoughts, so I think of like post-traumatic stress, these negative thoughts that just go round and round. You don't mean to have the thoughts, it's just you can't stop them. So one of the ways to help with that is the Clarify. And for those that are interested in, the emotional and mental health side of things and post-traumatic stress, I'm doing another webinar in a couple weeks on July 22nd. That's going to be at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Same link, and hopefully we can get all the little kinks worked out too. But hopefully you can join us for that. Now, a mental clarity roll-on. Let me give you this recipe. So if you do a roll-on, 0.33 ounces or a 1 ounce roll-on, I'll do 14 to, you can do up to 20 if you needed it, if you needed it extra strong. And you can put this in the roll-on. And if you're needing to study or focus, concentrate, be alert, learn something new, you can roll it on your temples, you can roll it on your neck, roll it on your wrist and smell it. But if you're having nerve pain, you can apply that on topically. This is a pretty perfume as well, so you could do that. But if you're needing like muscle and joint circulation, I would mix it in like an oil or a lotion, or mix it in some Epsom salt and soak in that. Soaking in that can really help with head-to-toe circulation in the body. And then you can still, maybe whenever you're done soaking in a bath, having that mixed in some massage oil can, you can apply that topically to those tension areas. This is an oil that I've also done with diabetic neuropathy. I mix it with the Lift blend for diabetic neuropathy. So for people with gout, it's very beneficial to help with that pain. And here's Lift. So this is the one I've alluded to a couple times. This is just fun. It's spicy. You've got the cinnamon in there, but you're also getting a nice blend of citrus. You're getting blood orange, lime, and grapefruit in here. So it's so yummy. It's like a spicy fruit. And then there's hints of Ravensar in there, which is going to give you some camphracous tones, some earthy camphracous tones in there. So this one is highly antiviral. It's a powerhouse for viruses. Stops the spread of infection, stops the spread of airborne viruses. And you think of other viruses, cold sores, your autoimmune things going on is related to the viral family. So powerful antiviral, antibacterial. This one, too, is antiparasitic, as with the Calm. So if you're needing extra whammy on, antiparasitic, then maybe you mix the Calm and the Lift together. This is a cardiotonic Lift is a cardiotonic, meaning it's going to nourish the heart. Good for digestion. It's an alkalizer for the body. But one of my favorite things is it's very good for blood sugar management. So if you don't know if you have blood sugar management, just ask the person next to you. They'll tell you, no, if you don't eat, you become a bear. I don't eat Snickers, but there is a good commercial that is a good analogy. They show all the people being kind of mean, and then after they have the Snickers bar, which you wouldn't do the Snickers bar, you do the Lift blend, they go back to normal. So, that is an indicator of a blood sugar balance. But what we want to do is we want to manage that and support that and find out, okay, body, why are you doing this? And let's fix the problem. Let's just not do a quick fix. Let's do a good fix. This is also going to help with lymphatic congestion, boost the immune system, and for chronic illness. On a mental level, it's going to help with anxiety, nervousness, OCD, which again has been scientifically linked to blood sugar management. And if you ever need some scientific studies, a real good website to go find them is pubmed.com. This blend is also good to help us adapt to transitions. It inspires us to be more creative. It's going to help us be more cheerful, to combat exhaustion, just really lift our mood. Emotionally, it's going to help us feel safe and secure and comforted. I always say cinnamon is like giving yourself a big hug. So, we really want to feel safe and at home. I like this for grief and guilt, which we hold in the lungs, so especially for respiratory issues, then this is a blend of choice. If you ever feel defeated, like everything's against you and you just feel defeated and you're having a hard time picking yourself back up, Lift is also going to warm the heart and bring us some joy and the sweetness in life. Blood sugar is related to pancreas, which is related to the emotion of sweetness in life. We've lost the joy in life, so we need to infuse ourselves with some Lift so we can have joy again. So for joy or a grief relief bath, you can take 2 ounces, of Epsom salt. And then I would probably put 10 drops is a good amount. I wouldn't put any more than 10. You may want to start with 5 because cinnamon can be a little irritating to the skin. So you just want to make sure it's really well blended before you soak in a bathtub for that. But this is also good for muscles as well. So if you're needing some extra muscle support and stimulating circulation, then combining the Clarify and the Lift in equal parts to help with that stimulation of muscles, joints, tendons, ligaments, bones, are just our structural system. And you can use it as a body spray or in a massage oil. But whatever you do, just make sure you're doing it in equal parts. And the SOLLEFLEX cream, I had mentioned this earlier. I really do like it. It is completely natural. You have Arnica, calendula, your olive leaf, which we all know is like a natural antibiotic, antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial. Aloe vera, which is a hydrator and nourisher for the skin. The MSM helps to drive things in deeper, but MSM is also great for scarring and wounds. So a little bit of witch hazel and some St. John's wort. So what just a beautiful blend of herbs to give us this benefit of inflammation, pain, swelling, bruising, soreness, achiness, neuropathies, burns, blemishes. There is a sheet that I have that somebody had created that's 101 ways to use this cream. And I think we can all still come up with like 100 more. It's just amazing. So it's one that I always have on hand because if I ever, get hurt or, sprain my ankle or, overwork some muscles, and even for my animals, if they ever get any wounds, you can use this for humans and for pets. There's no odor to it, and it's not greasy. So I use it underneath my makeup as a mattifier even. It's really nice in a foot rub because you can get up and walk and not like slip and fall because it's greasy. So you can use this by itself, or you can combine it with some oils. So if anybody is going to be ordering that, or you're using that and you need that sheet, just send me an email at jh@gensense.com, and then I'll send that paper out to you. So we've talked about the 4 oils. My favorite 4 blends, the Lift blend, the Calm, the Balance, and the Clarify. And so I just wanted to show you their counterparts. The herbal complements to those 4 blends is in the balance category. We have the minerals, which we all need minerals. If you think of your body, we look at electricity, and electricity needs to be flowing or else we have a power outage like I had earlier. But to keep all of that circulating and to keep our body's circuitry operating without any hiccups, we need minerals for that. Every organ needs minerals, so that's always a staple product for me. A second staple product for me is enzymes. And this is my all-time favorite. There is no other enzyme like this in the market, I promise you. I had to take 3 or 4 things to get what this one blend offers. So, talk about, I'm an herbalist, and, I don't mind taking a few things, but I certainly don't want to take 2 handfuls of stuff. So in the Verdezymes, it's got a full spectrum of enzymes, which we need to break down sugars and carbs and proteins and fats, but it has a protease. And protease breaks down protein. So protease we need because our allergens, when we're reacting to an allergy, it's made up of a protein. You look at parasites and yeast and candida, it's a protein structure. So we need to keep that broken down so our gut can stay healthy and communicate with our head brain. And then it's got a soothing blend in there to help with gas and bloating and indigestion and acid reflux. And a lot of people report that, when they do their enzymes, they'll do 1 or 2 before bed. They get a great night's sleep. So it's a nice complement to the calm essential oil. And they also have a calming drink that you could do in the evening as well. It's a bunch of adaptogens in there too, and things that help the body recover. And then my third staple is probiotics. I think we all should be doing a probiotic. We all need good bacteria in our gut to fight off the bad stuff, to keep our immune systems healthy, to keep our brain functioning. And the difference with Solle Naturals probiotic is they have bacopa and red reishi in here with some fiber. The reason that's important is that bacopa and red reishi is so significant in the communication, opening those lines of communication and keeping the communication between the gut and the head brain. So it's a very unique blend. And so we are finding people with mental health issues, mental health imbalances, post-traumatic stress responding very quickly like no other probiotic by doing this probiotic and doing the minerals. And then they do have a really nice omega. And remember, everything is plant-based. So you can chew their omega, or, you can take it. It comes in a soft gel. I take it. My pets take it. And when Solle came to me and they showed me their omega, I'm like, oh, okay, you got to add one thing. I need you to add one thing. My problem, people with digestive issues and intestinal issues and people with no gallbladder, we have a harder time breaking down fats. And those with liver congestion, we have a harder time breaking down fats. So I asked them, pretty please, will you put a fat emulsifier into this omega? And so they found a lecithin from sunflower, because most of it's from soy, but they found one, a really good one, from sunflower. So I do really good with omegas. And especially for people that have acne or a lot of skin blemishes, your skin is your largest eliminative organ. It's your third kidney. So if we're having skin issues, it's because toxins can't break down at their normal levels and flush out. And usually that's an indicator of a fat deficiency. So we need to up our omegas to help with that. And then they have stuff that are adaptogens to help us deal with stress. They have really nice protein powders that are a pea protein with some digestive enhancing herbs in there. They have SOLLEFLEX, which is anti-inflammatory. So they have some core stuff. So you can see everything's broken down into the 4 categories. And I'm going to go more into the herbs a lot more in detail during that webinar for the mental health and the post-traumatic stress on July 22nd. So if you're interested in learning more about that, hopefully you can join us then. So just in summary, as we bring our aromatherapy party to a close, our mind, body, and soul wellness, your essential oils, choose what you like, and there's 2 ways to choose it. Smell the scent, and do you like it? If there's a specific purpose, like, hey, my muscles really hurt, I don't care what it smells like, I just need it to help with my muscles. So there's 2 ways to choose your essential oils, based on the scent and or based on the purpose of what you need it for. So my second tip is your core health. You also want to nourish your body and mind from the inside out as well as the outside in. That's holistic health. And then having some support, some specific aids to manage specific concerns. If you just do basic stuff, the core health and some essential oil stuff, just basics, it's usually going to work on about 85% of whatever's going on with you. And then you can look at, okay, what one thing is it not doing? And then you can add that extra support. That's going to help make it more manageable for you. And then in the bigger picture, your lifestyle. Are you managing your stress? Are you getting to bed at nighttime, at a decent hour? How is your life going? Do you move? Are you creating movement, circulation in your body? Are you starting to upgrade your food choices and starting to eat to live rather than live to eat? Are you managing your stress? How is your elimination? Are you having a bowel movement after each meal? We should be having a healthy bowel movement within 30 minutes after each meal. And you've got to have fun. You need to smile. You need to laugh. You need to have fun, whether that's in a hobby or hanging out with your friends. You need to do these things every day and make them a habit. That way it's not something that you just have to remember to do, that it really becomes a habit. Now, Solle offers a membership, and again, if you need an order form, then just send me an email or message me on Facebook. I think that's how everybody came to our happy hour tonight, is through the Facebook, and we can get you an order form, and we'll be taking those through the end of the week. There is a gift card, so if you are ordering for the first time, Solle wants to say, hey, we'd love for you to try our products, and for doing that, in exchange for that, I'm going to do a few things for you. We're going to give you a $25 gift card on any order over $125, and they give you product rewards on every order that you do. Who else is going to reward you for being healthy? So, for taking a probiotic and doing your enzymes, Solle is going to give you a reward back, anywhere from 5 to 25%. That way you can use that to continue. Everything we do shouldn't be just one time. It needs to become a habit. So they reward you for doing that. They allow you to have stuff shipped to you every month. Sometimes in my schedule I get so busy and I don't want to run out of stuff. So I just go on, and you can change what you order in your ship date every month if you need to, but I just have mine ship on the first of every month. That way I know I'm going to get everything that I need. And they also offer, and I also offer, fun educational webinars, so we can train you on different things. So if there's a topic that you want to learn about or know more about, then let me know. Let's talk about it. In Solle Naturals, they have a great experiences page. It's this community where we talk about, references or things that we've learned. We share testimonies. It's just a network of family where we can ask questions and get help from people of all kind of backgrounds that can help us, from doctors to stay-at-home moms who have experience with different situations, and then they can give us some nice remedies to help us get through whatever crisis that we're at that time. And then for those that are interested in, maybe sharing, hey, you're getting healthy, why not get rewarded and get paid for sharing? So the Solle has a share and earn program. And so you are able to earn anywhere from 10 to 45% off the products, that you refer to people. And they have a whole lot of other bonuses that come with that too. What I love is that it's simple. I'm not having to sell anything. I'm using the products and I have my testimony. So I share that with my friends. And if somebody wants to try it and gain that health too, I certainly am going to be there to help them do that. So we both get rewarded for doing that. And then we also have continuous mentoring, business support, different events, because we all can use a little bit of extra money, especially in today's economy. The other thing I love about Solle is they have this great charitable foundation called the Heart and Soul Foundation. So a portion of every product that Solle sells goes to this foundation, and then they focus on helping women and children with physical and emotional health issues. They have some long-term goals to really take this, more universal, but we're able to give back. We get health, but they're able to pay what we do forward. And that's just so nice that, we can help ourselves, but it also helps us help others at the same time. I'm also looking for any hostesses, and I know quite a few have been invited by different people tonight. So if you're interested in hosting, an aromatherapy gathering or an herbal gathering, certainly get back with me or the person who invited you, to make sure that we can help you with that. You can share it just to get everybody healthy, or you could share it to make a little bit of extra money. We can do them in home, or like what we're doing tonight. We're doing a virtual aromatherapy home party, a happy hour straight here on the computer. So with technology now, it's really simple to share. So for those, as we wrap up, that are interested in ordering any of the products that we talked about, again, if you're ordering for the first time over $125, let us know so we can get you that $25 gift card. And you can order one of three ways. You can give me a call, probably tomorrow. I'm going to try to fix some things on the computer tonight, but if you want to give me a call tomorrow at 352-243-9627, or you want to get back with the person who invited you, whether that's Cindy or Joyce or whoever that we have, Lynn, you want to make sure you get back with that person so we can help you. You can also order directly online at SolleNaturals.com. Just make sure there's a way that whenever you sign up that you can put in the person. That way you stay connected to the person. That way we can mentor you and we can help you. And then also, if you have that order form, you can fill that out and you can email it directly to Solle at support@SolleNaturals.com. So here are some of the people who may have invited you tonight. Here's their number if you want to take a peek and take their number down. And I'll come back to the screen in just a minute. But I certainly wanted to thank you for attending tonight. And this is the order form. I just kind of wanted to show you. I just kind of put it in Excel a little bit to make it easier that you can come over here and just order. And some things are broken down for you. So like you can see, I'm trying to make this where you can see all of the columns. So like if you look at the different essential oil blends that are here, it's going to kind of break it down, in usage-wise. And then there's also some really nice packages that you'll see down here. They have the Solle Essentials 4-pack of essential oils in there. And so you're going to get the balance. You're going to get you're actually going to get 2 balance because we can't get the calm right now, and you're going to get the lift and the clarify. So if you wanted the 4-pack of oils, that's called the Solle Spa Pack. And then they have a couple other packs. So on this sheet, it breaks it down of what you can get, just to keep it a little simple for you. But I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule again and joining us. If you have any questions, I am going to open up the line to take some questions, and we'll look to see if we have any. I'm going to unmute everybody. So if you want to mute yourself, go ahead and hit *6 to mute yourself. And if you want to ask a question, hit *6 to unmute yourself. Cindy, did you have any questions?
No, I think it was a fantastic webinar.
Except for the little hiccup in there. We've had, I'm glad that we've kept our power the rest of the time. I don't know what happened.
I love listening to you, Jennifer. You're a wealth of information.
Oh, thank you. Wonderful. Do we have any questions? Did everybody got the information that they needed? Yes.
Is there any way we can get a copy of that slide presentation?
Yes, if you want to email me, I can send it to you. My email is jh@gensense, JENN, sense like the sense that you smell.com.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And we have a lot of people, Jennifer, that would like the link to the replay. Will that be posted on your GenSense page, or where will that be posted?
I will post it in 2 places. I will go back to the event, the event invitation, and post it in there. Sometimes there's a hard time getting back to the event, so as a backup, I will put it in the GenSense Facebook page. So if you just type in Gensense, I'll post it in there, and then you can copy it and paste that too and send that out.
And Michelle has a question for you. She says, what was febrifuge again?
Febrifuge is fever reducing. So febrifuge, think of fever, heat, excess heat. So something to take the heat out, to calm the heat. And heat rises, so we also want to look at why is liver, which is our organ of heat, why is that overproducing this heat in the body? Sometimes we need a coolant, but sometimes we need a stimulant because it's like we're spinning our wheels in the mud. And the best way to assess that is like if you have a fever, sometimes there's a type of headache that follow, and there's two types of headaches. There's one where you feel like your head is being squeezed in a vice. It just feels like it's going to implode. It's just being squeezed. If that's the case, you need a stimulant like Clarify. If your head feels like it's going to explode, then you need to calm that down. So either the calm or the balance would be beneficial for those situations, especially when it pertains to heat. Does anybody else have any other questions? Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a very healthy and scent-filled evening. And I'm going to stop the recording, and I'll hang out for a couple minutes. And I wish you all a great night. Thank you so much.